Have you ever wondered what colour the Ninth Doctor's jacket is? It looks different between its appearance in the show and in the promotional material, so I wanted to make a video about it and investigate whether or not the Ninth Doctor, played by Christopher Eccleston, had different leather jackets during his tenure on Doctor Who. We know for a fact that the jumpers changed, but could the jackets have changed too? We're here to get to the bottom of it. Doctor Who is a TV series that's been on the air for 50 years. It has a dedicated fan base that spans across generations. It's probably my favourite show. I honestly can't even tell you how much merch I have of it. You name it, I've probably got it. If you could subscribe, it'll mean a lot. We're trying to make it to 3k, so help us out. You can always unsubscribe at a late stage if you don't like what I'm posting. No hard feelings if you want to leave. Right, let's crack on. In this video, we will be exploring the origins of the Ninth Doctor's jacket, its design and colour, and its relevance to the character and the show as a whole. Beyond its aesthetic appeal, the Ninth Doctor's jacket carries a significant symbolic weight throughout his tenure on the show. The jacket is first seen in the episode Rose as the Doctor's preferred choice of clothing, but its significance is not immediately made clear. As the show progresses, however, it becomes clear that the jacket is much more than just a fashion statement. It serves as a constant reminder of the Doctor's past traumas, particularly the Time War, and his subsequent survivor's guilt. See, the jacket is incredibly similar to the one worn by his predecessor, the War Doctor, though this wasn't canon until 2013, when the character was introduced. In hindsight, the Ninth Doctor's jacket represents an important moment in the Doctor's character development. It symbolises how the Doctor will never forget the Time War, as he wore a leather jacket when he destroyed Gallifrey and Skaro. The Ninth Doctor's jacket is more than just a piece of clothing. It serves as a symbol of the Doctor's past traumas and his journey towards healing and redemption. The battered and worn appearance of the jacket suggests that the Doctor has been through a lot, and his gruff exterior is also a reflection of this. The jacket served as a bold fashion statement, a clear declaration by the showrunner that this is not going to be the same as old classic Doctor Who. There are no question marks or frills adorned to this outfit. It's conveyed as serious and no nonsense. The jacket is an iconic symbol of the show's revival. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Ninth Doctor's jacket is its colour. While it may appear to be jet black in some photos, in others it looks brown, yellow almost. Well, it turns out that this is because of the type of leather. The jacket was vintage, a point we will get back to in a moment, and because of that, the black leather was worn, causing the top layer of colour to thin out in places, allowing the brown underneath to show through. This unique characteristic of the jacket's leather is highly indicative of a vintage style, and is something highly sought after by companies who make high-end replicas of iconic leather jackets. Depending on the lighting conditions, the same area of the jacket can appear black or brown. This phenomenon occurs due to how the light penetrates the upper layer of black leather. The colour variation is similar to how shining a powerful torch through skin will cause it to appear pinker due to how it exposes the blood underneath the surface. So you may be wondering, how does this explain why the jacket looks different between the promotional materials and the episodes? Well, as we mentioned earlier, the jacket is actually a vintage piece, and there are actually two slightly different versions, called the Hero Coat and the Stunt Coat. The Hero Coat was the main coat worn by the Ninth Doctor in all his episodes, in the promotional trailers, and various photo shoots for the series. It was also worn by David Tennant in Born Again and The Christmas Invasion. The costume department was unable to find identical copies of the rare vintage coat, so they had to settle for two similar looking versions, one much newer than the other. The Hero Coat has a peaked lapel shape that gives it a wider, larger look, and has only one buttonhole on the wearer's left lapel. On the other hand, the Stunt Coat was primarily worn by the stuntman, as it mattered less if that got damaged. Although it was very similar to the Hero Coat, there were small differences. But what I will do is link a fascinating write-up about the specific differences if you're interested in those sorts of things. There's a difference in the lapels and stuff. I'm sure it's interesting if you know about fashion design. The link to that blog post is in the description. The stunt coat used on the show was significantly more creased and wrinkled than the hero coat, adding to the overall vintage feel and look of the jacket, despite it not being vintage at all. And despite having very little screen time, the stunt coat is still highly regarded by fans. In fact, in a recent Instagram poll, 20% of fans preferred the stunt coat over the hero coat. The stunt coat is currently in private hands and is occasionally displayed at conventions. The Doctor is known for his distinctive fashion sense, often donning a unique outfit that reflects his current incarnation. While Christopher Eccleston's Ninth Doctor was well known for his iconic leather jacket, he wasn't the first to wear one, technically. In the 50th anniversary special episode, The Day of the Doctor, John Hurt's Doctor, referred to as the War Doctor, is seen wearing a similar leather jacket to Eccleston's. We've already spoke about how the Ninth Doctor choosing to wear leather could be read as a sign of his continued guilt about the Time War, so we won't go over it again. Interestingly, Colin Baker, who played Doctor Number 6, also had plans to wear a leather jacket when he signed on for the role. However, the producers for the show had a different idea in mind. They opted for a more colourful and flamboyant outfit for Sixie, which included the bright rainbow coat that quickly became a topic of controversy. By the way, that nickname, Sixie, is a combination of six and sexy. I'm pretty sure Colin Baker started it on Twitter.
That is an irrelevant observation.
The coat, which was designed by costume designer Pat Godfrey, featured a mix of colours and patterns that some fans felt clashed and didn't suit the character of the Doctor. The coat was planned to be toned down in later episodes, turn into a, in my opinion, far superior blue, but Baker was kicked off the show before that could happen. The Doctor's fashion sense has been a topic of fascination and discussion among fans for decades. From leather jackets to rainbow coats, each incarnation of the Doctor brings their own unique style to the role, adding to the charm and intrigue of the beloved sci-fi series. The decision for Christopher Eccleston's Ninth Doctor to wear a leather jacket was a deliberate departure from the classic series, and served as a clear statement that the 2005 revival was going to be a fresh start. The jacket represented a more modern and edgy approach to the character, emphasising his dark and more damaged side. It was a sign that this Doctor had been through a lot, and his costume reflected his battle-hardened nature. The jacket became an iconic part of his outfit, a symbol of his toughness and resilience, and a visual cue that this was a different era of Doctor Who. It was a bold choice that paid off, and it helped to establish the Ninth Doctor as a unique and compelling iteration of the character. Right, I'm going to wrap her up there. If you could subscribe, that would mean a lot. We're trying to make it to 3K, so help us out. Right, I'll let you go. Bye.